touch my body. I can feel your hands on my skin. Think you got me right away.
Autism Talks brought to you by the Mel Loves Monks channel and MBM Productions. Okay, we're gonna go straight to it. Now, I was actually we're going to talk about pain here. Now, what I mean by pain is we're going back to a couple of autism talks a while ago, back in 2000 and I didn't do this channel in 2015, didn't I? I can't remember. 2016 I did it. Oh no, either 2015 or 2016. I'm not sure. But you know, I was talking about this to someone. Sorry, just give me a minute. So I was talking about this to someone, and it just made me thought that I should do an autism talk on it because, you know, like I said, we've all been through rough times. Like, especially me. Like, you have no idea what my history is about. Like you see me, I'm like, okay, like, you know, like, she's a loving person, thoughtful, kind, and I am kind because I express that to my videos sometimes. Yeah, I do. But look, we've all got pain in our life, and the way to deal with it is to kind of let go of the past. Now, we talked about the past before, and I was going through a rough patch a while ago, back in that country town as well. So now that I'm more maturing and growing up a bit, it's like anxiety, but different. But, yeah, it's just, I'm sorry. I know what I'm talking about. Just give me a second. Alright, so pain. Now, what I mean when I talk about pain is that, you know, we've all got stuff from our past that, you know, kind of creeps up on us sometimes. And I understand that, like me, like I said before, you have no idea what my history is like. You know, I've been bullied, I've been picked on, I've been, well, not picked, I wouldn't say picked on, more teasing. Yeah, I've been bullied, teased, a lot, I've been really treated bad by mean girls also, so that kind of all goes together. But saying that, even though your past might not, it depends if a bad past, it's not a bad past, it's just, you know, they've been, you know, in life sometimes they have rough patches, and there's nothing you can't do about it. Like, you can't just go back and make sure everything was okay or normal again. Like, you just can't do that, you know. But if you have trouble holding on to things, especially your heart, because your heart is your emotional key, you know. Your heart expresses all your emotions in a way, even though you don't know that maybe. But your heart is the most innocent, vulnerable thing in your body, and if you let someone hurt it, then, you know, your heart's going to be so sad and dark and gloomy, you know. I've been talking about this with my mum, so I get a lot of things from her as well. So what I'm trying to say is you shouldn't let things get to you so easily. You know, especially the past, like, you know, like, I don't know what your past might be out there, but if it's good or bad, you know, if something happens in your life and it's a long time ago, then really it's not really worth it, because in the end, the present is what you should be focusing on. And also my mum told me that as well. So, you know, so you just gotta live today, live tomorrow, live every day. You know, there's that wonderful saying that people say a lot. I think they say it a lot, I'm not sure. But there's that saying, that powerful saying that you shouldn't let things get to you so easily. I think we talked about this in a couple of autism talks ago, but this is sort of different. So this is related to more of the past. So you shouldn't let things consume you, or let pain destroy your life, or let your past run wild and free. Like, you know, trust me, like, do you know how long it took me to stop thinking about the past? It took me ages, you know. When I was back at the beach in the bay, you know, it took me a while to get, you know, it took me a while to get over that, and you know, I'll be used to pretending fighting someone and stuff, and you know, pretending though, you know, and you know, I couldn't let that go, like, you know, I couldn't. It's just, I don't know if it was just the area we were in or it was me, but I don't know, like, yeah. So my past has been troubling and very, very bad from the start. And also, I was a little bit different when I was very, 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 very little. So this was just like a while ago now. But I'm over that, and I'm more evolved and more developed, and I can talk and I understand more things. So back then, probably I was a bit more vulnerable than now. I'm still vulnerable. I'm still innocent with things that happen, like, you know. But saying that, the past kind of defines who you want to be and how you got to this way. Okay, so think about it this way. You know how characters, right, have a backstory? You know, like Once Upon a Time, for example, they've done such a good job on backstories. You know, so we're going to use that as an example. So if you've seen the Once Upon a Timers, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so these characters are famous Disney characters, as well as other characters from storybooks and some new characters as well. Okay, so take this for instance. Okay, how did Snow White become Snow White? Now, I know it doesn't tell you a lot about Snow White, but in some episodes of Once Upon a Time, it actually shows her, like, how did she become a hero? How did she save everyone? How did she protect everyone in that case scenario? So that's like a building up character to her, because you want to know how she got this way. Like Emma, like, how did Emma become so cold and bitter? Like, you know, so how did Emma become so cold and bitter to others? So we get to see what her past is and how she becomes that character today, you know. Also, like, the backstory of Snow White and Regina, of course, like, that's a biggie. That's a big one, actually, because you see Snow White when she was little, and Regina, you know, her mother wants her to become this queen that she's always wanted her to be, and she doesn't want that, and through her transition, she becomes evil, just like that. It takes a lot of time for a villain to be evil. So, like, there's a lot of iterations of backstories, like Rumpelstiltskin, like how he came to be the evil queen. Like, there are stages, you know. So think of it like that way, like, but it's a movie, so it only happens in the TV show. Sorry, it happens in the TV show. But saying that, your past defines you of who you become and who you want to be. Like, I've known we've talked about choosing your own path and destiny and stuff like that, but this is totally different. Like, you know, your past advises you on how you became this way, how you became so good or bad, depends on the person, but mostly good. So for me, like, you're wondering, how did she become so nice and kind, you know? And it takes you kind of back. I've always been this nice, kind person, but there are times that, well, I wasn't mean to anyone, if you're wondering now, but there are times that I've kind of, like, needed help in those situations that I was dealing with. Like, I've grown up a lot, and I'm turning 17 this year. Next year I'll be 18. So that's a big milestone for me too. So, you know, probably about when I was, let me think. When I was about, not 11, probably when I was about 13 or 14, what's it now, 16. Yeah, I had troubles when I was 16 too. So probably when I was a teenager, I had a few issues, like 13, 14, 15, 16, which I am right now, but you think, oh, she's okay. Yeah, it was at the very, very, very beginning of the year that I had some issues, but I've worked them out now, so everything's back to normal, I guess. And that defines who you are. So don't think as the past as something bad or negative, because it isn't. You know, I don't expect myself to think my past is terrible. It was bad. But wasn't terrible or negative and stuff like that. You know, you just got to get rid of the negative and think of the positive. Okay, the positive now is that I am more evolved, like I said before. I'm more developed. I can talk now. I can stand up for myself. I didn't used to stand up for myself a lot, and now I can, in a way, sort of. You know, but saying that, I've grown up a lot this year and a couple of years before that, so it just takes time to let go and stuff, and that's what I've been trying to do lately. Like, you know, it just takes time, and you got to snap out of the realization that everything's not so bad as you think it is, and not so negative as you think it is. It's just your brain playing tricks on you, and trust me, my brain plays a lot of tricks on me. And I just ignore it because there's no reason to pay attention to that stuff. You have a life, you have a family, you need to be happy, you know. This is why I started this Autism Talks, because I wanted the world to be a better place for everyone, and everyone to be more happier. And, you know, you're probably thinking, this is not the way. Well, it actually is the way, because the world today that we know, you know, there are a lot of bad people out there, and that's true, and we can't get rid of those bad people. But we can set an example to be the goodest person that you've become, and you can also become the nicest, kindest, thoughtful person that you've ever been. And that's what I've been trying to do, because I am very nice to people. I'm very giving, you know. If they're not nice back, then don't care about it, because you know, you shouldn't care of what people think of you or whatever it is. You know, did I do one of that? I think I did. Yeah, go check it out if it's online. Anyway, but yeah, you know what I'm saying. So yeah, that's all I've got time for. So just remember, think the past as a good thing and the start of who you become in life today, okay? So that's all I've got time for, guys. See you soon. And make sure to like and hit subscribe for awesome videos with Mia Loves Monks.